Okay, welcome back, guys. Welcome back to race number 2, ASRNZ 2020 GT3 Season 2 champ. Welcome back to my good buddy there, Davo, in the comms box. Welcome, mate.
Thanks, Farmer.
Yeah, sweet, Bo. So we're in for race 2. What do we got,
We
mate?
are in for race 2. I don't know, I was just having a bit of a quick look at bloody Perko running around. I don't know what you're looking at, but...
Yeah, watching Perko there. So slightly longer race this one. Still a 9-minute qualifying session as before. As we just watched Perko cruise round.
Bit of a longer race. Still got to do the old pit stop and do regular sort of stuff. Epic race, the first race we just had. It's probably a part of the reason why I'm just watching the Merc circulate around here. Look, Perkins had so much pace and really looked like he could have pulled it off if he could have kept up with Josh. Look, both of them had such bad luck.
Oh, they did, didn't they?
Both extreme lightning fast. You know, both Josh in the Nissan and Perkins in the Merc here. Gagler bloody Aston's chasing them down. But yeah, terribly bad luck in the first race. Really, really good to watch. Battles all the way through the top 10. Mate, it was hard to call. It was hard to know what to look at.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
It was going on everywhere.
Yes.
And we flicked back. Yeah, it did chop and change. And as we flicked back there a little bit towards the end there to check out that mid-pack, a lot of positions changed up the front, which we unfortunately missed. But yeah, well, didn't it make for an interesting outcome?
Yes.
Didn't it mix that top 5
didn't
out?
Just when we thought Josh and Perkos was going to run away with it, it all changed up on us. Like you say, we missed a bit of what happened up front there. And it'd be interesting to have a word with Perkins later on.
Yeah, Perkins and or Dwyers, you know, like as well. So, but yeah, look, this one's gonna. If the first one's anything to go by, mate.
Oh, look, these guys will want redemption, won't they?
But yeah, they're just gonna pick up exactly where they left off. We're in qualifying now.
And we just see Perko smash out a 24.2 to put it on provisional pole.
Yeah, making it look easy in the Merc. Yeah.
Just going to keep an eye on Crossy, actually, 0.6 up on his time, but potentially on a low 24.
Didn't he come on strong at the end of last race too? So definitely one to watch in qualifying for race 2 here. As we just see Glenn, what's he just done there? 24.5.
Oh, and he goes P2, Crossy there with another 24.3.
There you go. There you go.
Very nice time.
Yeah.
One to watch would be, we haven't seen John McDonald pump a lap out yet.
No, or Josh, I don't think. Josh has done one, but it looks, I don't know, he's conservative on his tyre warm-up. I've watched Josh in quali before, and he tends to really make sure that car's right, and he's got the space to do the lap.
Yes.
Quite often see him down the back end of the lap, slow up and make sure everything's just right before he attacks.
And you'll see these guys put in a hot lap and then just cycle the tyre back down, won't you, for a lap before they go again. And it's Josh, obviously what Josh is doing right now. Just getting himself set up
constantly monitoring that pressure and temperature, isn't it? You know, and as we just see him pulling in there now with the grills. So again, they can do a quick tyre change here. Is that right, Farmer? And
yes, they can.
A little bit of a pressure tweak, and get back out there. Maybe in a bit of clear air too. So as we were just talking about John
McDonald straight into P2 there.
Yes. That's a tidy lap, actually.
24.2 as well, actually. Absolutely
it is
nothing
a tidy lap.
Yes, very well done.
I'm just showing Glenn in the Aston on a hottie there too, yeah. And also Perkins back on a hot lap as well. To see where he is in his lap. He's out the back section of the track.
Perko's showing 0.2 down on his lap there, potentially going to run a 23.
And Glenn.
And Glenn as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
2 to watch there right now.
Glenn needs yeah,
Perkins coming up to the last turn.
just watch him roll around there. He's currently on a pretty flat time with his
Yeah, he
best
is.
at the moment.
He did flatten right out there, and Glenn gone up to a 0.3 up on his time currently, and he's coming towards the back end of the second last corner. Yeah.
Glenn at 0.4 up now. He needs
0.4
another
up now.
couple. If he can just,
That's a healthy buffer.
it should put him into P3, I think. Oh, he's got P2 with that, with a beautiful 24.2.
That's quick.
Nice
Ooh,
time.
nearly snatched Perkins there, but not quite.
Oh, 0.006 of a second, isn't it?
Yeah, that's close.
Between those two boys. And John as well, also very close to 600s off. Crossy in there.
Crossy coming around, a little bit behind his best there. But heading around for another one.
So we just need to keep an eye on what Josh was up to there as well, because we did see him pit for a fresh set of tyres, and he's actually just coming up now to do his hot lap.
Okay.
We might just stay on board with Josh for a lap there and just see
there
how he places, because he'll want to improve on that 6th place.
Even into the second turn, he's up a 10, so it's
Oh, he is too.
He's definitely got that Datsun hooked up, a little bit wide on there, but still not a problem with the. He's just got that skill to make the car look so smooth. So clean lap's a fast lap.
Oh, and he just
right to the edge. Right to the edge. You got to be so committed out there. Oh,
geez,
that
looks wide, but he still managed to get the grip on there. He's got a good half a second on his time, so he's into a 24.4 at the moment. He probably just needs a little bit extra something.
And definitely pushing the extremities of the track there. Sparks flying everywhere out of the back of the Nissan.
Quality time is up now, so this is it. Last time he crosses the line, this is going to be his lap.
Real wide, and he's got a good
He's got a good 0.6 on his time.
That inside edge.
And it's taken him into P3. Yes, well done. But 24.2 as well.
He looked like even though the car was smooth, it looked like he was pushing hard there. Used him well out on the edge of the track there a couple of times. Entry and exit.
Oh, and Perko with another 24.2 on his last lap, but did better his best. Wow, great stuff. Most of the boys in the pits now.
Yeah, I'm showing just about everyone in there now.
Pretty much finished their laps. And we just get the camera guy to sort his shit out.
Yeah.
So, top 10 in qualifying. Pole, once again, Anthony Perkins. Well done there on P1 with Glenn Dewar in P2. Josh, P3, followed by John Boy. Crosby and Ashley will be on the row 3 behind them, followed by Malene and Aaron Enright in row 4. Jarkus moved up a little bit with Kenny rounding up the top 10, so those guys improved a little bit. Jake 11th, B-Dog, Ashley Chestnut, Aztec back in 14th, BK, Bear Grylls, Gunter, Aaron M. We've got the Hondy back in 19th. Not a very good representation of the Hondy there, Luke.
No.
He's up his game a little bit there, mate. Josco running the Porsche. Alone to the Porsche runner there in 20th. Troy, Mule, Pete, Rob, Ryan, Matt, Markin, Owen, and Rob rounding out 29,
20. Oh, that 26.
30, 31 people, have we? Or
You're showing a few more than I am, obviously.
I am
but,
actually. I don't know why that is there.
Yeah. But yeah, again, a great turnout. The track looked a bit slower. Obviously, compared to the first qualifying times up the Pawnee, and the track was slower, and it showed through the field. And unusually seeing Aztec and probably BK there too, just looking at the boards at the grid there, probably a bit further back than I would have expected to see them.
Yes, absolutely.
Look, Damien's moved up. He raced really well in the first race, so it was sort of expected to see him improve. But yeah, unusual to see Aztec and BK not hooking the Bentleys up real well in that second quali. So the track was definitely different, I suppose.
Must have been there. We maybe just have a quick look at that. Oh, and Davo, I don't want to be the spoiler, but track conditions at
Come
the
on.
moment is optimum. But in the next 10 minutes, there is a rain cloud coming. So,
Well.
what will these guys be thinking on the grid? I wonder if anybody's noticed that. But we're talking cloud cover for the next 3, and in the next 10 minutes, there will be some rain.
Wow. Okay.
Wow. I don't know who's onto that. Good luck to the boys.
Good luck to the boys.
I think you'd be choosing. Probably wouldn't want to start with a wet tyre, considering the track's absolutely clean dry here at the moment. The boys are going to either have to. This is going to be really interesting. The boys are either going to have to run on the slick tyre through to their pit stop, or they're going to duck in early and try and get the wet tyre on. I'm not sure what the strategy is.
Would they have a wet strategy set ready to go?
Well, they should have, mate, if they're onto it.
The guys that are really set up will have
the guys that are set up. That's
a
right.
wet set ready to go.
They will have. They will have something there that they can just click on and default to.
Because I know it's quite tricky, this whole pits menu setup, as we see the boys come round onto the front straight. Grid it up. Glenn, Perko, McDonald.
Oh, and Crossy with the jump down the inside there, but he's backed out of it, off the grass. A little bit sneaky there for Crossy. Oh, and a bit of a touch-ups at the back there. As we just watched the boys all round turn 2.
Round turn 2, that top 5 just instantly pulls away a little bit. We've got Ashley Rediger making up the first of the pretty well the mid-pack cars there, with Enright right behind him, and the Aston as they pull out onto the back section of the track here. This is where it gets fast. This is where it's committed. The legs, you can start stretching the legs in these cars.
You can, and just looking at Josh with a good, and a bit of a bad touch up there. And
is that Glenn off?
That was Glenn just off a little bit there, and I really think Josh had it done on him, and I don't believe Josh should be redressing too much here, as he probably just wasn't too sure on what he had done. It looked good. It looked good from us, mate.
Did the Aston actually make contact with the wall? It actually looks unscathed on that left-hand side, so he's very lucky there.
Very lucky.
Very lucky. But yeah, I thought it was just a racing move there from Joshua, so...
yeah, look, I really thought it was good to go.
Yeah, I thought it would have been good to go too, so it'd be a shame if he's...
So we're going to have to Josh again there, just...
Josh going backwards there a little bit. He's lost his rhythm there.
Yeah, he will have. He'll know he's still got 38 minutes to sort this out, so...
And all that mucking around there, look at that, that's just allowed Perko just to stretch the legs of the Merc, and that all I can see is the back of that red Merc shooting off in the distance with JB, Rossi and Ashley.
Oh, Perko's gone, 3.2 seconds in
he's
front.
Off. look at, I can hardly see that thing. Look at it. It's up at the next corner.
Wow. Well,
Ash is probably thinking, great, he's probably leaning forward in the Ferrari, trying to get it up to get under the tail of that Crossland car, so...
that's an outstanding gap there by
that
Perko off
is.
from pole. Full credit to him.
Yeah,
Really putting his head down off the line.
On a cold tyre, he's
Oh,
no
absolutely.
mucking around, no, he's just pretty well just gone flat chat right from the get-go. Crossland putting plenty of pressure on McDonald here as they cross the line again into turn 1.
And Glenn also having a good look around the outside of Aaron behind them into 1, but he's just backed out of that, looking for the switchback. Possibly going to get the run up here on him into 2. He looks like he's got that done.
Yep.
Yeah, good work there, mate. Good work.
Yeah, tidy pass. I'm sure Damien behind him probably would love a bit of that action, and will probably range up behind Enright as he finds his rhythm again. Whether the Nissan's got the measure or not is another thing.
Oh, and a bit of a touch-up from the boys at the back there between Bear Grylls and possibly Steve-O there. Just running the replay as the 2 Lexuses just have a little bit of bad touching there on the straight.
Oh!
And, possibly Jake actually, Bear and Jake there.
Oh, is that rain?
Well, it was forecasted, bud. It was forecasted.
You did say rain.
Can we just give a quick look at the weather forecast again?
Oh,
yes, now
that's rain out the back section of the circuit.
The next 13 minutes is rain. And this will be really interesting.
Okay.
The whole field's got to be on slicks here, right?
Do I have... I have a track temperature on my screen here. It's just awesome. 10% wet at the moment. How wet does it have to be, Farmer, before these boys start thinking about rolling in for a set of treaded tyres?
I think it's got to get to around the 30% wet mark.
Okay then.
Just at a guesstimate, and I just thought I saw Josh there have a big moment around turn 1 there, so the track's just probably
getting a little slippery.
A little bit slippery on the most of the boys there. And just keeping an eye on Glenn, having a good look on the... Oh, and actually, we just seen the... Who was that? Jarks. Have a bit of a big moment now and there through turn 3, and that's brought him right back into the field.
Oh, it hasn't it?
With the Honda now having a good look up on the side of him there. Steve-O's in there, Bear's in it.
He's got big bad Bear Grylls out in front. Oh, gives the Honda a touch up. And he's ground. They're both ground. That's big. That's big.
That was big. And we're not seeing the Nissan.
The Honda's disappeared there too into that, hasn't he?
The Honda.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, that was a big moment there.
What happened to the Honda there? Did he just give that back to him? Did he? We'll just watch the replay slightly there. Oh, yes, because the Honda went really wide there too, losing a lot of positions through that. Just rejoining the track carefully. Oh, he's gone down a lot of spots.
They both, oh, that's a shame.
That is a shame.
Tough gig, tight racing. A little bit of a slippery
gig.
track. You get a couple of drops of water out here, and it was. Watch Fredegard wrestle the Nissan. Wrestle the Nissan as he tries to keep the thing in a straight line up behind Enright there, and we've got the track pretty well staying at 10% on my data here.
Yes,
temperatures are looking reasonable. They're not changing a hell of a lot either. So
just flicking through to the weather HUD there, and we've still got the next 13 minutes of rain coming our way. So just light rain, so they might not be too worried about this. Now the Lexus should actually come into play here. And
Now, did you hear a whisper that the Lexus was pretty handy in the wet conditions?
Yeah, it is. I'm just looking at our first runner of the Lexus there would be Kenny. Currently
And
in
he's up in
8th
8th.
place, so...
There you go. I think he just snuck in the top 10 with his qualifying, but definitely in race 1 he was well down on that. So he's obviously come through just with obviously the extra time here on track.
Yeah, right. And a couple of these boys must have come forward, because I'm noticing BK and Aztec have all moved up a few spots there.
Yep.
Off the start.
Yeah, well, Damien went down.
Right,
and the Honda went down
the
with
Honda
him,
go
so
off as well.
There's 2 positions right there. So.
Yes, true. Good spotting there, mate.
Where's Steve Crossan sitting at the moment? Let's have a look at that.
So we just got Crossy in P3 there, just circulating.
Racing by himself. So
yeah.
That's probably a good position for him to be in just at this stage.
Sort of
with
3
the wet track.
seconds side by side of him.
Not having to challenge or chase on a wet track's probably not a bad thing. He can just get it, hit his times. And
I think the battle we've got really going on is actually towards the back there, mate, with the Rob, Mule, Owen, Mate Josco, with the yellow Nissan and Rob sort of leading that little quartet.
Oh, I see that little battle.
Cars going back down there, and even Owen was just go on.
Oh, that's tight, isn't it?
That is very tight back there. And actually just noticing the Honda there coming back through.
And there's like a few different cars there with the Rob's car, Rob in the Nissan there, and Carlo in the Lexus.
Just quickly flicking back to a replay there of Troy and and a bit of a touch up there from Jake McCullough into the final turn, and they've both gone round. They'll be having words on the grass there at pit entry. A little bit unfortunate again for those guys.
I'm sure there's some terse words flying there.
Yeah. Look, lucky these cars got tinted windows, I think, mate, because keep suggestions behind closed doors.
Probably for the best.
A great little battle here, just watching the battle between Rob, Mule, Owen, Josco with the Honda of Luke Crompton just catching up to this
all the
battle.
way back to the Crompton there, yeah. It's like 6 cars there that are pretty well inseparable at the moment.
They have, and they've just actually caught onto the back of Chesner and B-Dog too there, so we've now got a gaggle of about 6 of these guys.
Okay, and what lap are we on now?
Yeah,
it's like
that's a good call, mate. What lap are we on?
We're on lap 6, and it's like it's the opening lap for these guys. They're like so close together.
Absolutely. And my apologies there, Jeffro. We'll just put the split timing up there for you to get the gaps between the cars.
Again, there you go, Jeffro.
Again, Jeffro. This is just for you, mate.
That's for you, mate.
What else have we got going on here? This is really a good little battle here, actually, between these guys.
Yeah, it's like chalk and cheese to the first race. The front end of the field, this race is well spread. The boys are pretty well racing out by themselves. But the mid-pack is epic at the moment. From, what was it there? Oh, look at, what's this Chesner?
What's going on there? He just run a little bit wide, did he? And it's just given B-Dog a little sniff.
This is the battle right here.
It is the battle. This is on.
15 to 20th,
yeah.
A little bit even further back. That's where it's all going on.
And of course, they're running.
Chesner.
Is he going to get him?
He's
holding them. He's holding them.
These guys are keeping a really cool head, considering the condition of the track at the moment. A little bit slippery. They're still on slick tyres. Mate, how close is this?
Oh, absolutely. And because ASRNZ have split the field into 3 categories, your Pro, Pro-Am and your Am drivers. So You know, this might be for 16th through to 20th place, but this is on. This is on for either the Pro-Am or the AM Championship. And we just see Chesner.
Yeah, sure. Chesner run wide.
Eight to the grass.
I can't believe he didn't spin that thing and he just held it. They're going everywhere. Jesus, they're getting wetter or what out there?
Who did we see just rip off? Was that B-Dog there? Just having a bit of a moment on his own?
Is it Owen Willisy?
No, it might have been. Yes, you might have been right, mate.
I think it was Willisy. In the yeah, it was in the Aston.
Right.
Mule off
and
in
just
the,
watching Mule come back
Lexus.
on.
Yeah,
so these guys are struggling with the conditions, aren't they?
It's getting slippery. And I'm sure the red mist is coming over. Like these was a race of close. So we see Rob slip past Chesney there clearly after the.
Just jumped in the car with mate Josco just to see if there's any sort of spray or any sort of real water on the track there. And to be fair, it's still definitely a slick tyre. Just with the 10%, 10% lead track now. So.
Is that the only Lamborghini in this race?
Yes. Yeah, a couple of sole entries there, so we've missed that one. We've got. Yeah, the only Lambo in the race. You're right. Following the only McLaren in this race.
In the race, yeah. Jeez, that rain looks heavy. I'm still showing only 10% track precipitation or wetness.
Yes, we are.
On my data at the moment. But, geez, that looks pretty heavy at that rate at the moment.
So they've classed the track conditions here as greasy.
Okay.
And we're going to get similar conditions for another 10 minutes. So it's not really going to rain. It's not about to dry up either. So
yeah, but the boys do seem to be managing with it. Yeah. Quick look out the front there, watching Perkins just walk away with it.
Is he ripping away? Got a nice 5-second gap up the front there now. Actually.
John's, I think he's looking like a big red bloody Mercedes carrot to John McDonald at the moment. I think John's actually reeled him in a little bit, so.
Just maybe get a heli cam here, see if we can capture the gap between first and second at any stage there.
But maybe these Astons are dealing with the wet weather a little bit better. But they both look like they may have just reeled that Merc in a little bit.
Right.
Probably more so Jono than the Dwyer car.
I mean, you and I will know that the endurance race that we entered into there started the similar conditions for us, and the Aston came on strong, didn't it?
It did. It did like the weather,
and it actually did like that little bit of rain on the track. It's a great car to deal with the changing conditions. So we're just seeing John there. Yeah, look, 2.7 seconds behind, maybe 3 seconds behind Perko.
And it's probably one of the standout things that I've noticed with just after watching, you know, the little bit we have tonight is that a lot more front engine rear wheel drive cars racing than there has.
Yes.
That there has been pretty well in the past. Like we've seen all the Audi, Ferrari, Porsche, you know, like all
McLaren
the other
sort of entries, haven't we?
haven't we? We've seen all those phases, and look at this field here. Like you pick how many mid-rear cars there are in this field compared to front-rear cars. It's pretty well a front-rear field.
Yeah, exactly. And what Davo's referring to there is a front engine rear-wheel drive as opposed to a mid-engine rear-wheel drive car. Certainly different handling characteristics. They all do something slightly different to each other, and it's great to see these front engine cars up the front of the field. just noticing that Aztec and must be Bear in their pits quite early. Pit window is open.
Oh yeah, Aztec's in there as well. Chestnut's in there as well in the lone McLaren. Aztec off the Jackson, down the pit lane already. Bear Grylls, us crossing the line.
Do we think he's gone for wets, or what are we looking? Track is still greasy. Another 10 minutes of showers. I think it's still a slick tyre. I honestly do.
Look, if they've got the data we've got, I would say they'd stay on a slick tyre. But we don't get this data, do we? Unfortunately, they don't tell us what tyre they're on. So
no, we don't know what tyre they're on. Exactly.
No, unless we've got a little bit of inside information, we do not know. So it'll be interesting to see how the rest of this race pans out. Farmer, you were saying earlier that we may only get maybe another 10 minutes worth of rain, so the track could dry out again.
It could. Yes, it could, exactly, yes. And although the boys have got the wipers on and it is raining, it's still not wet enough for wets.
Yeah, well, they're still showing, ambient at 24 and track temperature 29, so the track's still basically got enough temperature in it to keep it dry enough for them to run on these slick tyres. So, although a little greasy. It
is 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
It is still raceable, but typical Brands Hatch. You'd expect it to be pissing down rain, wouldn't you?
Yes, we are in the UK.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Aztec, I just see slide through turn 1 in the Bentley there. Look fantastic with the sparks flying from the back of the car.
Yeah, just caught up on that actually. Yeah, beautiful. And it's putting a lot of pressure on Bear, isn't he?
Bear Grylls, yes. Bear, it's
Oh, and Bear just getting a big drift out of turn 3 there.
I was just going to comment on how he was sort of keeping his composure with the pressure on, and just has a slight slip in the Lexus, and Aztec quickly takes advantage and down into the back section of the track. Superb layout. This long version of Brands Hatch, fantastic. It's awesome track to drive.
Oh, it's a great track to drive. Absolutely one of my favourite tracks.
Yeah, full commitment.
Full commitment. It's just that she's just waiting to see if Bear had any real answer there for us to go past him, and I don't think he has, unfortunately. And Bear did quite well last week as it started to rain. He started to come back through the field, and really thought he might have had something for us.
Yeah, and like you said, that Lexus runs pretty well in the wet, so I'm sure he can feel that advantage when we do have a damp track, and would love to take advantage of it. I'm just looking at the leaderboard at the moment. We've got Perkins in first, and I'm just looking at Steve Melling's car and the newly painted, the checks cleared Castrol. He's just popping into the pits now.
Yes, he is. The boys got to get that down to the 50k as they come into the entry.
They do have to get it down to the 50k's, and that's so the sponsors can get like a really good, like picture of that Castrol
absolutely
edge, paint job as they trundle down the pits there. So
as we just get a beautiful side-on view of the Castrol. And was that Perko just leaving the pits there? And it'll be interesting just to see where he pops out. Might just see if we can flick to a heli cam.
BK. He's coming into traffic here, very tight behind the Wilson Bentley there.
Yeah, and he's actually popped out in a bit of traffic behind a couple of back markers there, so it might be a little bit frustrating there for Twiggles as he just tries to...
He's right in the smack.
He can't do much about it because those boys are battling for position in front of him, aren't they? And
the sparks are flying there. If you were watching the same stuff I was, because that's...
I was, mate. And we're just watching him go around the outside of BK there.
Land barges, biffing and barging as they tried to take the same bit of track at once. But It all seems to be sort of settling down as Perko just sort of resumes the position and carries on through the back section of the track. So.
And I'm just going to say it quietly there, but
Yes.
John Boy seems to be our front runner, but has he pitted or is he waiting to see what the weather does?
I don't know.
He's a long way up the
I
road
don't
there.
know.
He's got a good 6 seconds on Perko. Did he gain that again in the pits?
It can't be that
I
close and not have pitted.
I think the dials are telling us he still has to pit.
You serious?
He's got a 1 next to his name, which I believe he still has to pit. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I've been wrong a couple of times.
No,
Ask the wife.
because all the other boys have got
back me up.
green beside their name, haven't they?
Yeah, the green. I think the green box next to their name means they're pitted.
I'm picking up the data.
Okay. We'll just watch John Boy just come round. He's our current leader, but I do believe he is going to stop.
He has not got enough lead to keep Perko away. There's no way.
No, 5.7 seconds is not going to cut it at all, is it?
It's not. Like, he'll lose. He'll go back to. Jesus. Take a guess. How far do you reckon he'll go back?
Wow, mate. Josh, 13 seconds behind him in 4th. I think he will even lose that, actually.
It'll be around Ashley. It'll be 5th or 6th or something, I reckon.
Yes.
Okay, well, that's one to watch. We'll just watch and see if McDonald pits this time. It's a bit up in the air. We're not quite sure. He's the only one with the number beside his name. Does he come in? No, he doesn't.
He's staying out. He's staying out, and he's probably keeping an eye on the weather there. Have
we missed something here, Farmer?
I'm not sure, mate. We're just watching Aztec go past Gunter in the background there, as we do just keep an eye on the weather there, and it's not going to change. It's going to stay the same.
Yeah.
At least for the next 13 minutes. So
the ambience stayed pretty solid at 24. The weather's not really changing that much. It's just the rain got a little bit heavier, but it's just brought the track temp down just a fly. I think it's down to about 28 now, but there's still not a hell of a lot of water on the track. I mean, obviously these guys, I'd say, are circulating on a slick tyre. Would you think?
Oh, I would think so, mate. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So,
like a wet tyre would be mad in these conditions. It would just simply
burn it
heat
up,
up.
wouldn't it?
It would. Yeah. You can actually see a nice dry line still. Well, a dry race line as such on the track.
You can just see that in the headlights of the cars, but yeah, definitely an overcast afternoon here at Brands Hatch. For the first round,
if John Boy goes in, no, he's carrying on.
Season?
Have we missed something? Have we missed something?
Surely he has pitted. Surely. He's way too close to Perko not to have. He nailed the pit stop in the first race.
Yes, he did.
My God, has he nailed it that well? That is a big chunk of time to have come out in front of Perko. We were watching that mid-pack battle there for a little while, Farmer, and we may well have missed something going on up at the pointy end of the field there. So
I still think he's got a pit, mate. I still think he's got a pit. I think that number 1 next to his number.
I agree. Just something doesn't look right in the data.
It really doesn't. He's only got 1:55 to do it, so like if he doesn't do it this lap, he's gonna miss the window. So.
And he will suffer no end because he does not have enough time up his sleeve to keep. Oh look, a few positions behind him by the looks of it. As he comes around the back section of the circuit, he's still focused on McDonald there.
I just said you're watching Anthony, Chester and Pete, mate, because they're just going side by side through turn 1.
I'll just pick up on McDonald here as he comes into the last corner.
Into turn 2. He's keeping an eye on JB, what he's up to.
No, he's still running. So how much till the pit window closes?
Only a minute 10 now, so
Okay,
he's
so he's
not
got
going
one
to get
lap.
it done, but I'm not sure why he has a number 1 next to his name.
Okay.
Great little battle between Anthony Chesner and Pete Aspey there.
Quite
Really
possibly,
close.
our data not quite as accurate as we'd like it to be tonight on our first round here, but
we are learning. We are learning.
Still, racing's close. Those boys up the front are going at it although with a little distance between them. Glenn in third position, just working his way through a little bit of lap traffic with, I think that's Josh Vedek
Yes.
behind in the Nissan, actually. Probably one back marker behind him there, just trying to wrap up Kenny Simpson in the Lexus there. But so I'm sure Glenn's got his head down there. He would like to keep a car probably between himself and Kenny's moved
over for him, so it's freed up Josh to have a good crack at it. Yeah,
that has. Just quickly have a quick look back here at McDonald. No, he's gone around again.
Well, quite clearly he's pitted. Our dials are not saying that. He's pulled something out of the bag if he has, but
he has.
Just looking at the lap times there with JB on a 28 lap time and Perko with a 26 behind him, so
he's suffering. That car looks really sad on the tyre. I wonder whether he's looking at his data now and just thinking he's missed something here.
And just catching the Honda there, just ripping off the track there in the replay. Just had to bring that to the attention there of the punters as we watch Luke run wide.
Oh no!
Struggling back in 17th with that, and we all know Luke's capable, very capable driver.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But we all make mistakes, obviously. Even the monkeys fall out of the trees.
And look at the front runners, mate. Yes, exactly. Hey, just keep an eye on those front two, bud. It is on for the lead here. Perko's with the lights blazing.
He's like he can smell blood. That Merc looks fantastic. That is a fantastic looking skin on that Merc. He is all over the back. McDonald's got nothing. He looks like he's wounded. There's something wrong with that car. That car is not right.
Oh, look at that. And Twiggle's just able just to get down the inside of him really quite easily on that final turn. And a nice clean pass there down the front straight. A little bit of oversteer from the Aston of John Boy into turn 1. And he probably knows there's nothing he can actually do about that.
He's got nothing.
He's got nothing. Just keep an eye on a little battle behind the field there between Aaron Enright and Steve-O.
Steve Melling got a good run there after Enright just tucked a tyre off onto the grass there on the exit at the final turn. It's probably rattled Enright a little bit there because he's gone really wide. He went really wide there. And Melling just tucked right up behind him in the Audi.
Aaron seems to be keeping his measure there at the moment.
It looks like he's driving while watching his rearview mirror with Melling headlights ablaze behind him. He's definitely covering his line. Look at the cover there he took. Simpson. That's Simpson just letting the boys go.
Oh, sorry, Jeffro, get your timer up for you, mate.
Get that timer up, Farmer.
Yeah, mate. Look, you've got to push the buttons right, and we'll be on to it.
Yeah. Fantastic shots from the camera boys here. As we get down into the final stages, the early final stages of the race,
Yeah, look, last quarter of the race.
Yeah, just watch Perkins blast past McDonald with clearly incapable Aston. There's no way he can chase Perko, so settling for second position at the moment. Glenn Dyer behind in third with Josh Vediger in the Nissan, not that far behind, and probably a battle to watch in the next few laps.
Yes.
Crossy been circulating pretty well by himself the whole race here. He's just wrapping up a back market there, one of the trailing Astons.
Yes, possibly B-Dog there in the Aston.
Ashley Vediger not too far behind in the Ferrari with, is it Aaron and Steve-O in this little ding-dong they've been having for the last few laps. So, again, as you get down, like the first race, as you get down into the mid-pack here, it starts getting a little hectic again. Aztec out by himself at the moment, has had some good battles earlier in the race with some of the boys that are just not too far behind him. Gunther Rowe, Bear Grylls being one of them. Damien Jones, which has had a bit of an up and down night tonight in the Skyline. Anthony Chesner in the lone McLaren, not doing too bad.
Yeah, Pete quite close to him there.
And no, Pete's not.
No, there's a back marker of Aaron.
Battling
Aaron
with,
behind him. Yeah,
that's right. Pete in the fantastic, and like we were saying earlier, we thought Pete might have performed a little bit better here tonight. Obviously, still coming up to speed with the big old Bentley, but yeah, solid performer in a really good-looking Bentley. There, it needs a little bit more sponsorship on the side of it, I think, like a KTM or something.
Or something decent.
Yeah, it looks fantastic, doesn't it? Willisey back in the Aston. Compton in the Honda. Now, this thing had an up and down night too?
Oh, hasn't it?
One we didn't see the last couple of seasons, but yeah, here tonight, here for season 2 in 2020.
Yeah,
BK back a bit.
Not too far behind him there. Rob actually doing a great job for his first night back. Kind of hanging with these guys. Troy in 19th with very strong Jake McCullough very close to him in the Lexus behind.
Yes, the Lexus showing their wet prowess.
And then that almost looks like Crossy coming through.
That is Crossy there. Yeah, on the back markers there.
Yeah. So Crossy in 5th. As he just rounds up Jake on the Lexus.
Yeah, nicely done.
And if Jake's onto it, he'll try and follow him through on Troy as they catch up there, but he's
nice work from Jake there, letting the leader car through.
Oh, and I can't help but just focus on that little battle between Aaron Enright, Steve Melling and Aztec as it just bunches up there. And Aztec just running wide onto the grass, pushing too hard there.
No.
And he only just caught up to those guys that he was probably pushing. Yeah.
Fortunately enough, with the paint job on Aztec's Bentley, you don't see all the grass splattered up the side of the paint job because it just sort of looks like that anyway. But I'm not sure what Aztec was going there for, but I just see what he's doing there now. I got it. But yeah, look at that little battle going on in front, and
has Steve-O worked it up? He has. Steve-O's worked the move.
He's got it on the inside there, and
oh, well done, Steve-O. He's got it done on him.
And that will keep that Bentley in touch of that little battle there.
Yes, it will.
Aggression that
That's
they're
right.
showing. So, yeah, probably just watch that, and no doubt it will escalate a little bit further as the Bentley ranges up behind it again. Hopefully down the end of the straight here. What's this? The slip from the two cars here. He might just get under the back of that Aston enough. Oh, as they all chip in nicely. Geez, that Bentley looks loose in the back. Showing the nose to Enright.
Might just jump on board with Aztec there.
Hey, he's got the eyes on.
He's right up behind these two guys. Just see what we're dealing with in car. Great corner there, a lot of camber.
A lot of camber.
Come into the final turn. Little tricky this as you jump up over the rise. Very careful to get the power on down here.
Tricky corner goes from...
As he,
like
drifts wide as we talk about it.
It's a great corner, goes from cambered up like entry to an off camber, and then it goes cambered up exit. It's like the weirdest corner, but epic all the same. Aztec regathering, like I said, once again, he's going a bit wide. Like I said, I get the paint job now. It's just to sort of hide all the...
It's a hide.
all the
hide all the off-roading. Yeah.
And they're off-roading shit going on the side. So, well done, Aztec. Now see what you're doing there, brother.
Yeah, very cunning. Yeah.
But, yeah, probably just regrouping and gathering his thoughts as he ranges back up again behind Enright. Totally different vibe to this race to the first one. The field a lot more spaced out. The battles a little bit fewer and further between, but it's still very intense throughout the field.
Yes, and a very tricky race, isn't it? Because obviously, slight bit of rain, not wet enough for the wets. Still got to run the slick tyre.
Yeah, well, clearly, yes. Obviously, that slightly longer race, a little bit of rain, slick conditions. Look at that Bentley there.
He's nearly, is he gonna? Oh, he's got
How's the tip in?
Good run.
Looks like it's getting a little bit of oversteer on the turn in. I love that in a car.
I think he's gonna take
this is close. How close was that? Oh, and again.
And he's got him. He's got him. Oh, well done.
What a fantastic pass. Well done, Enright and Aztec. Very nice to watch.
And Aaron gave him nothing. No, well done. Well done to both those guys. Yeah. I'm not giving it to you.
Oh, Aztec chiseling that pass. True pass. The side of the Aston there. Fantastic stuff. Look as we wind down here, last lap.
Final lap.
I've been engrossed in that little battle there. Perco in the Merc. This fantastic looking Mercedes has just shone. He's over the line.
And there's still that little discretion there over the number one next to John McDonald's name on the stats board.
We will find out soon enough. John McDonald showing in second position in what we probably thought just looks a little bit slow and a little bit wounded, and we can see Glenn Dye's car not too far behind it. The other Aston, the blue Aston. Yeah, so he's gained a lot in third position there. Josh Vedica, mate, listen, what an up and down night for Josh. It's been all over the place. In fourth position, Steve Costlin in fifth. Coming into that back section of the track, but go back to Anthony, coming down to the final turn. Mate, I thought he was going to get race one, but
we did.
We really did. Yeah, that car's solid.
The chicken flag's out. Well done.
Well done.
Congratulations. We just watched John Boy.
John will be just start going sigh of relief, no doubt.
And plus 130 seconds next to John's name there. So clearly something did go wrong with that pit stop.
Yep, there you go.
Just
he
gonna,
missed it totally. He's gone.
something's gone wrong there with John
He's
Boyd.
gone. So that's Glenn Dyer. Second position, Josh Rediger in third. It's putting John back to fourth.
It has. Crossy
Crossy
just
in
coming
fifth.
around
There
too.
you go. It's adjusting our data as we watch these boys run over the line.
John Boyd's gone back to fifth.
Aztec coming around the final turn behind Steve Melling. Melling in seventh. Aztec in eighth. Well done, Aztec. Oh, now it's second, seventh actually. It's bumped him up because they're still adjusting. McDonald way back in ninth now.
Yes, he's got a minute 30 added to his time.
Oh, minute 30 around here. That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a
going to
full
adjust
lap, mate.
way. That's going to adjust way down the field.
Just watching Jarks bring it home in 11th there. Well
Nice
done.
work from Jarks tonight. He's had a bit of an up and down night, but good showing. Excellent showing from Jarks.
And John's dropped
Damien
to 12
Jones.
so far.
Oh, look, that could even go.
Look,
there's still guys coming across, isn't there?
I can see the paperwork being filled out already
Oh,
by the
no.
team.
Oh no.
Bear limping at home there, just almost like he's run out of fuel there as he brings it across the line for 12th place.
Just looking up the pit rows, these boys roll back in after that race. What a fantastic night of racing. Look, the emotions will be running high. There'll be jubilation, there'll be disappointment, there'll be just like anger after all that. What an epic night, Farmer.
Oh, great stuff. And way to mix it up with just a little bit of rain there on the slick tyre.
Oh, come on, are we going to drag these boys down?
Oh, absolutely. Who came third, mate?
Jossie's third. Josh Rediger.
Okay, let's grab him. Let's grab him, mate. Okay, welcome back to the comms box there, Josh. We just grabbed you in there for the final place on the podium.
Number 3.
Number 3. How was that, bud? How did we go?
It could have been better.
Could have been better?
It was an optimistic move up the inside of Glen on the first lap. I had the run, and it's hard to pass around here.
Oh,
so
look, we thought you
out.
had it done, but quite clearly you readdressed that. You weren't too sure?
No, I wasn't too sure, and it's just sort of safer. Everyone's a bit happier if it's redressed. I don't spend the rest of the race feeling
wondering about it. Yeah. That's the right thing to do. We thought it was a good move actually, buddy, and it was unlucky for you to slip backwards there. But once again, a good charge back through the field to get on the podium. Greasy conditions, mate. Was a bit of oversteer there, or a bit understeer? Sorry, rather.
Yeah, it was tricky because on track it didn't feel too bad. Like the tires were just a little bit cold. But if you went onto the AstroTurf, like it was just ice. So yeah, it was just
I saw you had a slip every now and then there, and coming out of 3 at the bottom of the hill there.
Oh yeah, that was lethal.
Yeah,
that's lethal.
It looked it. So.
I had about 100-meter tank slap after one lap.
all the way up the valley. Yeah.
It felt like it.
Well done, mate. How things can change in a race, and both race 1 and 2 for you. Obviously, John's just dropped back down through the field, so you go into position tonight and put you on the podium. So that's awesome. But what an epic way to start the season.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like quali was insanely close in both races. So it looks like it's going to be a really close championship. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, excellent stuff, mate. Well,
yeah, well done, Josh.
Great race, mate. It was good to see, and all the best, mate, for the rest of the series. I'm sure we'll have you back in the com box again.
No doubt.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Congratulations, mate.
Cheers, guys.
Okay, mate.
See you, mate.
All right, bud. So second place to Glenn, are we right there, Glenn?
Yes.
Okay, we'll just grab our P2 getter.
Well done,
Okay,
Joshy.
welcome,
P2
welcome,
getter.
buddy. P2 getter there, just dragged into the com box, Glenn.
No, P3, mate. P3.
No.
John Boy, little technical
Boy
error
went
there
back.
with John Boy. He got a minute 30 added to his time. Didn't show
He's
that he had
gone.
pitted. Didn't show that he'd pitted on the timesheets.
Yeah,
And
he was in front of me. And he
Yeah.
said he took tyres.
Ah.
So
yeah, look, something's gone wrong there, mate. The game's gifted it to you. You're on the podium.
Anyway, you're in the comms box now,
You're here,
Glenn,
mate.
so
We're giving it to you,
so
mate.
we're
We've
giving
given it to you.
Until the jury's out.
Take it, mate,
right?
take it.
You're here.
yeah, right. Well, it's good to be here. Far out. Yes, it's a bit of a mixed bag tonight, boys. Jesus was involved in plenty of arguments.
Mate, awesome racing. Awesome racing. It's
Yeah,
great to
awesome
watch.
racing, mate. It was great to
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah, I had to grab me old mate Twiggles aside after race one and just apologise there. I just think it was both asking for the same bit of real estate and my bad. But
Oh no, we missed that, buddy.
And we
Unfortunately,
missed it.
we did. Yes.
Yeah.
yeah, no, she was a ding donger, mate. We had some pace and going for it. But this field this season is just man. I mean, you guys no doubt saw the quali times.
Oh,
Right.
super
Right.
close. Yeah,
breathless.
absolutely.
We're
Yeah.
just-
24 twos was our top three, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, outstanding.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. Well,
very
it's 23s in quali one, and yeah, so it's epic.
Yep. No, she's not bad for a goat track. The old Brandy Snatch. It was
One of
pretty
the best.
good. No,
One of the best go tracks around.
I'm looking forward to watching. Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching you blokes back here shortly, and no doubt it'll be a late one.
Good stuff, mate. Look, it was great to see you on the podium. Nice drive.
Yeah, cheers,
And
mate.
no doubt we'll see you again in here, eh? Well done, buddy. And all the best for the rest of the season, eh?
Yeah, appreciate it, boys. Love your work. Thank you.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Okay, bud. Alrighty, and we'll
Okay.
grab our chicken dinner winner.
The chicken dinner winner
Who we
will
got?
be drum roll.
Drum roll.
Chicken-
Dun, 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 dun. Welcome to the top step of the podium, Mr.
Welcome.
Twiggles to the com box. Oh,
Hello,
yeah.
boys.
All right. Now, we wanted to talk to you in race one, mate. So
Yes,
good
yeah,
to see you here
I'm
for
glad
race
to-
two. Good to see
Well,
you
we're-
here.
We were sure we were going to talk to you in race one, but we didn't.
I was seeing red after that. I'm glad you didn't pull me down.
No.
We
no,
actually
we're-
missed it. We missed it on the stream. Obviously unlucky whatever went down there, but
Yeah.
a great drive. A great drive for race two, buddy. Yeah. Bit of redemption. Nice gap. Nice lead.
Yeah, early on too, just went out and
Yeah.
smashed it.
Yeah.
Did Josh take out Glenn early on there?
They had a bit of a
I-
touchy up. Yeah, look, we're not race control. We can't call the shots here, but we saw it. We saw it as it happened, and and said what we said at the time. But it's a race. It's a race on a greasy track, so
But there was paint exchange.
there was some paint exchange. Yes.
I was just wondering where I got that 3.5 seconds from after
Yeah.
T2.
Whenever Farmer and Dave are going, no,
yeah. We don't really want
Yeah.
to say, yeah. Yeah.
yeah, no, well done. Like we were saying earlier, we so expected to be talking to you in race one. It just went everywhere. There was such a crazy race one. We were bloody breathless after it, and then race two, like totally different situation. But it just was totally mixed up, and good to see that Merc, that beautiful looking car you're driving. Looks
Yeah, great paint
looks-
scheme, mate.
Yeah, awesome paint scheme. Looks solid as too on track, man. Well done.
Yeah, I remember you driving the Merc in AC1 all the time, so definitely enjoyed it.
Yeah, good. Great to see it on track, actually. A couple of boys running the Merc this season.
Yeah, Cossey's doing well.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
Apart from-
he is.
he
Apart from
is.
the little bump he gave me race 1.
He is. But don't worry about him, mate. We're here to congratulate you on an awesome race 2 win. You're top
Yes.
step of the podium, mate. I can hear the
Yes.
anthems playing in the background.
I'm loving it.
Absolutely.
You can just take that hat off, mate, and pay your respects.
Yes, absolutely.
and yeah, like just mate, what great racing delivered an awesome start to the season. Helped deliver an awesome start to the season for ASRNZ. So it's great.
Yeah.
Round one.
Congratulations,
Epic
buddy.
racing.
Well
Yes.
done.
Yep, love it.
Okay.
See you guys next week.
We'll see you next time, mate. You'll be
Absolutely.
back. I'm sure you'll be back on the podium.
You-
We'll talk
definitely.
to you then.
Cheers, boys.
Okay.
Thanks, buddy.
See you, mate.
Alrighty, Davo. Now, should we just see what happened with John Boy there, or should we just
Oh,
leave that for
go
race
on.
control to sort
Do-
out? Or
do-
I'm
well,
kind of
you know-
tempted. I'm kind of.
You know him better than I do.
I do. Well, let's give him a bit of
Farmo.
stick, mate, because he obviously.
Go
I don't
on.
want to swear, but he cocked up something, didn't he?
Okay.
Hang on.
okay.
All right.
no.
Now we're just dragging John
It's-
Boy
It's
into the
it's
comp
still-
box.
This is a PG show.
This is a PG show. Now you
Yeah.
didn't pit stop didn't seem to count there, John Boy, and it gave you a minute 30 seconds added to your time at the end there. Talk us through it, mate. What happened? Did you pit? Did you pit? Because we didn't see it.
Yeah, no, absolutely pitted.
Okay.
I was staying with Twiggles
Okay.
for as long as I could because we figured, I figured the tyre was already warm. So, stay on
Yep.
a warm tyre for as long as I can till I had to get off it basically and then make the call. And the track was starting to dry, so went in just before halfway, did my
Okay.
normal stop, put my last tyre set on, which was done, and came out and had a good stop again. And
Okay, so
And
you're
then,
you're
yeah.
playing the shrug the shoulders card there. Not sure what went wrong. Game's fault. Is that what?
100%.
Don't hit the picture up the arse.
yeah. Okay.
And then when Twiggles was closing me down at the end, he started telling me that I hadn't done my stop. So
Yes.
I started looking at that and gave
We
all
could
my
tell.
gave all my time away to
We-
him, and then just gave up after that because I didn't know what to do. And
Yeah.
they said just press on, so I just pressed
Yeah.
on and really just kind of had nothing to do after that.
Oh,
Just
mate.
drove it. So I'm sure the race control will sort that out, but
Yes, we'll leave it
I-
in their capable hands, mate. I'm sure they'll come to a decision over.
yeah, I think a similar thing happened to Rob as well.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay, so
So-
we're provisionally possibly talking to P2. We don't know.
We don't know. John doesn't know. We
Well,
don't
yeah.
know.
We don't
well,
know.
Well, I
Yes.
got dragged down here, so I'll take it.
Yeah, look, you
look,
got dragged down here because not of a good result, mate. Because you went backwards for some reason, and we wanted to know why.
Because you
Yeah.
confused the hell out of us.
You did.
We couldn't
Oh,
work out
yeah.
what
You
the
did.
bloody hell was going wrong. And we
Oh.
could literally, we were watching you and we're just thinking, we could tell the exact moment you started looking at your screen
Yeah.
to tell whether you done because you just dropped off the pace like literally.
Yep,
so,
that's
so,
right. Because
so
I was
quickly.
confused. I was confused,
Yeah.
going, "Oh,
Yeah.
I know
We
I've
could
done
see
a
it.
stop." So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, another cracker day at
Ah.
Brands Hatch, and the rain.
Yeah.
The rain.
Yeah, it was good. It was good to watch a
Like-
greasy track on the slick tyre there.
You guys sound like you're having a good time. It must have been fun to watch.
Oh, it was a great race to watch, mate.
It's
Yeah, there
epic,
was some good
epic.
battles there. Yeah. No, it was good stuff.
Yeah. No, well done to everyone. Everyone raced really well in those tricky conditions. So yeah, good field. Good turnout.
Yeah, nice, bro. All right, well, congratulations on your 12th place, bud. You clearly cheated the system and didn't get your pit stop counted, so up your game, and we'll see you next week. All right, mate. We'll see-
All right.
Okay, mate. Have a good
See you,
one, buddy.
boys.
Thanks, mate.
Have a good one. See you, John.
Yeah, look, that's what you get if you're going to try and cut corners at ASRNZ,
that's
mate.
right.
You know, like, there's no if, buts, or wins. Yeah,
There's no escaping. There's no escaping. That's right.
Great stuff.
Farmer, mate,
right.
what a great night. Look, if that is anything to go by, this season is just going to be just crazy. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
So-
exactly, Davo. We've got another number 9 race, number 9 weekends of another 18 races to go. So this is just a smidgen of what's to come.
Yep.
Thank yous all for watching.
Yes.
Once again, Davo, it's been a pleasure to have you in the combox, mate. Thank you very
Yeah.
much for your time.
Pleasure to be here. No, look, love it.
And,
More than welcome.
we will see our viewers same time next week. Look forward to it then. Thanks for watching.
See you for round 2.
Thanks, guys.